Vinyl community, what's up? I'm back to do a recent vinyl finds, and it's been a while. But yeah, you know, my back is a little bit better. I started to work, but I busted my back a week ago. Now, today actually, a week ago. It's getting better, but I've been able to listen to a lot of stuff, so that's good. Okay, let's jump right into it. It's gonna take a while, I guess. I'm gonna start with a little bit more uninteresting stuff, in my opinion at least, that I got. This is Ken Bandwagon, something like that. Ken Bergen, the Big Bow Wow strain, on Blue Thumb Records. Blue Thumb! And this is almost just like the pictures. It's a jazz country kind of record, and it was a little bit interesting when I listened to it, but I have to listen to it more. So into the collection, and in 2 years I listened to it once more, probably. Same goes with this, The Illusions Together as a Way of Life, from the beginning of the 70s, I guess, on Stud Records, Steed Records, and this was typically that kind of period rock and roll record. I don't know what to say more. It's a little bit like, it's okay, but. And the last one in that kind of category, Down to Earth, with The Undisputed Truth on Gordy Records, but I guess it's a Motown kind of label, 1974, and it's a soulful Motown kind of sounding, little bit funky record. And this was okay. I'll definitely get back to this at one point. But I got those dirt cheap, like $2. But now I'm gonna start off with a brand new record that I just stopped listening to, and I could go on about this record for probably an hour, but I'll try to keep it down. This is A Letter Home with Neil Young, his latest release, and I'm gonna talk about this like you don't know what this is. So Neil Young's latest record is Jack White produced and singing on it, and Third Man Records produced it and released it. So it's not an entire like Neil Young kind of record, but let's say it is for now. What this is, it is like an experiment. Neil Young went into this booth on Third Man Records. This booth is a recording device like they had in the 30s, 40s, something like that, 50s, to record on the go record. Elvis did his first recording on one of those to his mother on Mother's Day or her birthday or something like that. So it's just like that. They restored one of those old booths, and they've done like singles of this. Neil Young wanted to do an entire record, so they did an entire record, A Letter Home. This starts off with A Letter Home intro, and that's Neil Young talking to his mother and father, who's obviously are dead, and he's talking to them and saying hello up in heaven. These songs are for you. And what we hear then is covers that's been around Neil Young's life, and that is very important to Neil Young, like Changes, Girl from Lone Country, Needle of Death, Crazy, Reason to Believe, On the Road Again, If You Could Read My Mind, and even My Hometown by Springfield, which is an 80s kind of pretty sappy sounding Springsteen song. Okay, so that's the record. I've read a little bit about this before I even listened to it, and a lot of people said that it's a lo-fi record, it's bad recording quality, and that's just the beginning of it. It's very, very, very bad quality, but it's recorded in a fucking booth, so what do you think? Of course it's a low quality sounding record, but I really had to jack up the volume just to even hear anything. So it's bad quality recording. But what you get is these songs that is so heart-filled and so personal that it's just like a kick in the face, or at least in the stomach or heart, whatever. And I'll just end it with this. I read a journalist wrote that it's so personal that it feels like you shouldn't be listening to it. It's that personal. Like it's not for you. It's for Neil Young, and that's the feel of it. This is highly recommended. If you're a Neil Young fan, don't hesitate. Buy it and listen to it when you get home. In my opinion, this is the perfect kind of way for Neil Young to go. He's doing all his records nowadays with the biggest, best sound quality you could ever imagine. He's doing his kind of iPod thing with better sounding digital music, and then he goes and doing this, which is the complete opposite of all that. You can't get worse quality. It sounds like the Robert Johnson recordings, the Delta Blues Singers. That's better sounding than this. But what you get is just so damn great songs. Okay, enough of that. Sorry, it took too long, but I mean, I'll go back to that record so many times. It's insane. Next one, Dedicated Sweet Ruth, manufactured by the Slam Creepers. This is a somewhat rare Swedish pop rock record from the late 60s. So Slam Creepers, these guys, they were from the late 60s doing like this kind of Kinks, Stones, Beatlesque kind of music, like every band in this day. A little bit more garagey, like the Stones, more than the Beatles. And I think this is a cool document of Swedish music back in the day. This guy here, the singer, Björn Skifs, he went on to be a big celebrity in Sweden and still is one of the most known artists. So yeah, a good Swedish music history piece. And all the songs are better than anything that Björn released afterwards. Except Hooked on a Feeling, maybe. They start with I Should Have Known Better, the Beatles cover, a Beatles cover, and it's fantastic. Okay, moving on. Saw this for a pretty good price, so I bought it. This is the new release of The Zombies Being Here on mono, and it's the half-speed mastering edition at Abbey Road Studios, 180 gram, blah blah blah, all that shit. Limited edition, shohei shoho, but the sound quality is just great on this. Fantastic sound quality. I've been listening to the Zombies, Odysseys and Oracles a while now. I think it's great. It's a 10. I demanded the same quality of songs on this, but I didn't get it. This is maybe a 7. It's still a great record, but it's a little bit too radio friendly and poppy for me. But I'm glad I got it. It's moving up in price, so if you're interested in it, you should grab it now. Had to have a copy of Coltrane's My Favorite Things, so I bought a reissue of this. I think it's maybe late 90s, early 2000s kind of reissue. But it sounds great. So I'm glad I bought it for a great price. I'm still gonna look for an earlier copy, but one of my favorite Coltrane records, a record I can put on any time of day, any mood. It's just like one of those jazz records that really hits me. So one of my favorite Coltrane records. I'm glad I have it on vinyl. It sounds great. Next one, John Abercrombie and Ralph Towner, Sargasso C from 1976. On ECM Records, number 80 from Germany, number 80 in the ECM catalog. So 2 guitarists just playing guitar for 2 sides, and I got this for $2, $3, and I'm glad I did. But when I listened to it, I wasn't in the mood for that, just that kind of music. It was a little bit too boring, to be frank, and I demand more right now, but I bet I'm going to get into this record later on, so it goes into the collection and wait to, like a good wine, wait to mature, maybe. It's been maturing since 1976, but I demand it to mature more. Next one, I got this for a steal. This was a steal, an actual steal. Bought this online. It's brand new, maybe played once before I played it. Still cracks when you open it, with the OB strip intact, perfect condition. It's Scandinavian Suite, composed by Bingo Miki from 1977, and I got it for $3. Like I said, almost unplayed. So this is a Japanese big band jazz band playing songs inspired by Scandinavia. So I recognized the cover, so I bought it mainly on that. Like I hadn't listened to the songs, but I bought it based on I recognized the covers and titties on the backside. No. What you get is a big band jazz kind of thing, but I don't like big band jazz, so I thought it would be big band jazz, but you get a little bit of funk, a little bit of soul, a little bit of funk, fusion, and maybe prog in this, and those like elements combined with the big band jazz is just fantastic. I thought that this was really entertaining, really good. And I know there should be some VC members out there that has this, because it's not hard to get. So please comment if you have this and give me your opinions. I've listened to it maybe 2 or 3 times all the way through now, and yeah, great record. If you haven't checked this out and you're interested, there's clips on YouTube. And inspired by Scandinavia, you have songs like The Legend of Garbo. You have sketches of Munch, Edward Munch, I think it's the painter who did the Scream, Norway, I think. Andersen's Fantasia, and I think that's H.C. Andersen from Denmark. Sibelius Testament, okay. And I think there's some sort of like Bergman thing anywhere in this, but I couldn't see it now. Check it out. And no, 2 more to go. Next one, Jens Lehmann, Nightfalls on Kortedal. I've shown you Jens Lehmann record before. There's not many people in Sweden that talks about Jens Lehmann, and that's a shame, because he's one of the best, if not the best, living singer-songwriter, indie kind of singer-songwriters right now. This record was released in 2007, and I went on the tour, on one concert of the tour, and that it was fantastic. This is songs on English. The music is almost just like the cover, very soft and fluffy and easy to listen to. And the lyrics are hard hitting, like right in the stomach, political at times, very like capturing the Swedish kind of mentality, in my opinion. So I think Sarah and I talked about Jens Lehmann, but I'm not sure. Yeah, and Pitchfork captures it kind of well. The most cohesive statement yet from an immensely talented artist, and that's just what it is. Jens Lehmann, check it out. He's on YouTube. I bet he's on YouTube. You can find stuff. Pause this now and check out and see what you think. Shirin, awesome. Postcard to Nina, Opposite of Hallelujah, Friday Night at the Driving Bingo. There's just almost every single song is like singles on it, in my opinion. And I'm gonna stop this 30 minutes. I'm gonna stop this with a recommendation from Anders Ståhl's Trio. Jag skulle bara gå ut. I was only going out. And it's a trio of vibraphone, bass and drums with some covers of Doris, Did You Give the World Some Love Today Babe, and Björn Johansson, and you have a Son Ra cover. This is fantastic. It's really entertaining, and they get a great vibe going with the vibraphone and bass. Just fantastic. I'm really glad I got this, and a pretty funny release also. 2 LP sets on 10 inches, released on Miserable Records, Robi Records, with Kullhammar. I think he's the one that has that. I know Chris 17 Basket, you bought some stuff by Jonas Kullhammar. check this out. If you like that sort of jazz thing that they release, you are going to enjoy this very, very much. And Fred also, and all you jazz fans out there. Roger. Okay, I'm done. Have a great day, everybody. Please comment if you feel like it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.